This manga is a funny story about the crazy everyday lives of VTubers. To keep their real identity safe, the characters appear as their streaming selves, even in real life, and the creators apologize because they don't want to ruin the fans' dreams. A cheerful character greets everyone with her signature Oharu and introduces herself as Harukaze Sakura. She excitedly tells her viewers that she has a special guest for today's stream, and that she will be playing with that person from yesterday. The chat is buzzing with fans who have been waiting and asking where the guest is. She mentions that they will only hear his voice today, and then tries to keep the energy up. With a big smile, she introduces her big brother to everyone. Although a small note hints that this is actually a streaming incident from the start, the brother looks totally confused and wonders what's going on. As the first chapter kicks off with him joining the battle, the scene goes back to the previous night when he was searching for his copy of Smash Bros. It was already 1:30 a.m., so he knocked on her door, wondering if she was already asleep. There was no answer from inside, making it feel like there was just a quiet body on the other side of the door. He finally opened the door and found her completely passed out at her gaming desk, slumped over in front of her monitors. The brother sees that the game he was looking for is right there on the desk next to his sister, who is still fast asleep. Looking at the computer screen, he notices a long list of losses and thinks about how she got beaten over and over again. He notices that she left the game on and starts to think if she was really trying to play ranked matches before she fell asleep. With a little creak from the chair, he decides it's time to get some payback for her since his little sister seems so alone. He grabs the controls and quickly turns the score to a 3-1 lead while the room fills with the sound of his clicking. It doesn't take long before the screen shows a huge victory message. The live chat goes wild as viewers see someone new, and many are curious if this is a different brother, commenting on how he is actually really good at the game. The night goes by quietly until the sun finally rises. The next day, the sister is back in her VTuber form, yelling at the top of her lungs, wanting to know what he did to her stream. He looks at her with a totally blank and confused face, just asking her what she's talking about. She gets super annoyed and says that explaining it all is just too much trouble. So she tells him to just look at the screen instead. She shoves her smartphone right in front of his face. On the screen, a happy girl in a kimono tells her audience that she is going to play some Smash Bros. During this stream. He admits to himself that he doesn't really know much about VTubers and wonders if this character named Harukaze Sakura is actually famous. The girl in the video goes on to say that she borrowed the game from her big brother, which makes him stop and think in sudden realization. As he continues to watch, he hears that high-pitched and goofy way of talking on the stream and thinks to himself about how silly that character sounds. Finally, he turns the phone back toward his sister and directly asks her if that person on the screen is really her. She looks him right in the eyes with a very serious and determined look before giving him a quick nod to confirm. He stands there completely shocked in the middle of the room, thinking about how his sister being a secret VTuber feels just like the story of a light novel. She tells him that she isn't discussing that part and yells that he needs to pay attention to what happened next. He gazes at the screen with a shocked expression and wonders out loud what exactly he is seeing. He suddenly realizes with surprise that it is his own voice recorded on the stream. In the video, he can be heard saying that it is time for a punishment for his unfortunate little sister. He asks her if it's at least a good thing that he didn't use her real name during the stream. She lets out a sigh of relief and agrees that it's good, but it's clear that things are actually far from okay. She looks down with a dark shadow over her eyes and mutters quietly about how everything has gone viral. He makes a confused sound, not fully understanding what she meant. She suddenly screams that the clip has gone viral and is spreading everywhere. She points out that the clip of her older brother has reached 800,000 views in just one night, which is way more than her own costume reveal. While the brother is confused about why anyone would care about this, she is crying and saying it was a huge broadcasting mistake. She is scared that her agency will fire her because of it. He agrees that things look pretty bad and starts thinking about how they can fix it. Suddenly, the manager pops up on the computer screen and suggests they do an apology stream along with a gaming session. The sister gasps in shock, not believing what the manager is proposing. The manager explains that since so many people found her because of the incident, the brother should join the next stream as a guest. He looks at the screen and reminds them that he isn't a VTuber. He admits he has a part in this mess, so he tells her he gets it. He greets the viewers in a very flat and tired voice, simply introducing himself as the big brother. While the live chat is filled with people laughing at how monotone he sounds, He tells her he really doesn't get why everyone is so happy to see him. He also admits he has no clue what role he is supposed to play right now. He remembers the manager gave him a note earlier, so he digs into his pocket to check the instructions. The note says he needs to protect his sister's fictional backstory or lore during the stream. She apologizes for dozing off and talks about her character's story of being from a rich family and running away to become a VTuber. He thinks to himself that she has never acted like a rich girl and is surprised to hear her say she ran away from home. She notices he doesn't sound very excited and asks if he's okay or if he wants an energy drink. But he tells her he isn't going to get excited about something he doesn't understand and asks her not to make him feel better. She happily tells him that they should just continue with the stream, completely ignoring his requests for her to hear him out. Meanwhile, the viewers are commenting on how much they feel sorry for the brother for having to keep up with her pace. The chat starts buzzing with rumors about her leaving first-generation members waiting and how she owes her success to someone named Sumer Senpai. The brother reads these comments and wonders what they are even talking about. He realizes he actually forgot to say sorry to her earlier, but thinks that everything seems to be going well anyway. She tells her audience that she was playing Smash with her attendants, which makes the brother curious about who those attendants are supposed to be. She admits that she couldn't win any of her matches. When the brother agrees, he asks if attendance is the special name she has for her viewers. She explains that she asked her big brother to teach her how to play better, and the room fills with the sound of controllers clicking as they prepare. The chat goes crazy, comparing the brother's flat attitude to an NPC or even a demon king. On the character selection screen, she asks if he is going to choose the character known as the Pig King, to which he replies that he only knows how to use that one. As the battle screen appears, she tells her audience that her brother is actually a liar and brings up an old grudge about him winning unfairly with a lightning attack. But he tells her to stop trying to ruin his reputation. She claims that she has also gotten better since they last played, but when he reacts with disbelief, she accuses him of not believing in her skills. She announces that she will defeat him using her character, Sakura Mochi-chan, just as the game signals the start of the fight. The match wraps up in a flash, and the words "Game Set" light up the screen as the battle ends abruptly. She isn't ready to quit yet and pleads for another chance to play. He calmly replies that he's okay with another round and agrees to her request. The screen shows the "Game Set" message again as another round concludes just as swiftly as the previous ones. She stubbornly claims that the match isn't finished and wants to continue. He stays completely quiet this time. The familiar words, "Game Set," appear on the screen again, marking yet another quick loss for the little sister. A long silence hangs between them as they both gaze at the game results on the monitor without exchanging a word. For what seems like many times in a row, the words "Game Set" pop up again, confirming that the brother has won yet another match. The brother checks the live chat on his phone and notices that viewers are calling the stream a silent endurance race and a massacre show due to how one-sided the battles have become. He thinks to himself that the fans are saying some really harsh things about the situation. Seeing his sister slumped over the desk in total despair, he starts to feel a bit sorry for her. He glances at her and asks if he should give her some kind of handicap to make the game easier for her. She suddenly snaps out of her sadness and bangs her hands down with excitement. She exclaims that his idea is perfect and insists that they should definitely start playing with a handicap right now. The viewers in the chat are amazed at how quickly she bounced back from almost crying, noting that she always finds a way to recover. She tries to make the rules by saying that if she can take even one life from him, she should win. He looks at her with a blank face and says that rule isn't a real challenge. Then she suggests they use random character select since he seems way too good with every character in the game. He sighs and asks her what she wants him to do if she keeps changing her mind. Getting more desperate, she yells that he shouldn't be allowed to use his right hand at all during the match. She wonders how she can win if he can still move around, while the chat is full of viewers pointing out that he can still grab, guard, and dodge her even with those limits. Back at the character selection screen, she asks if he's going to play as the Pig King again, and he admits he can only use that one character. She points out a big weakness by saying that the character he picked can't get back on stage if he falls off. As soon as the match starts, his character grabs hers in midair, making her scream about how much she hates command grabs. He decides to play defensively by blocking, which makes her yell in frustration that he shouldn't just stand there and block all her attacks. She finds herself falling off the edge of the stage again and cries out in annoyance, wondering why she can't get back to the platform. A heavy silence falls over the stream as they both stare at the results with nothing but speechless dots on the screen. With a huge "you lose" message flashing, she sits there with empty eyes after losing 10 games in a row. The chat goes wild, calling her brother a demon king and even jokingly offering ransom money to let her win, as they all agree that watching her get beaten like this is both cruel and funny. He glances at her with a truly puzzled look and asks if she was really this bad at the game all along. She yells back at him loudly, telling him to just be quiet already. The brother clears his throat and thanks all the viewers for tuning into this stream today. The sister points out that it's already 2 a.m. and suggests they should wrap up the stream for now, while the brother asks her to hold on for just a minute. He looks at his sister through the monitor and apologizes for being careless, thinking he might have ruined her reputation by crashing the stream. He tells the audience that Sakura is always like this anyway, but as her older brother, he feels happy to see that so many people like this side of her too. She gazes up at him with big, shiny eyes and sweetly calls him her big brother. As his words hit him, he realizes she usually calls him that and thinks to himself that she's still as silly as ever. But he carries on with his closing words. He looks straight at the camera with a serious expression and sincerely apologizes for what happened this time, asking everyone to keep supporting Harukaze Sakura. She keeps looking at him with a deep admiration while the live chat fills up with viewers repeatedly typing "Big Bro." The scene changes to the calm night sky as the brother thinks this will be the last time he appears on stream, so his little sister can return to her normal life. Suddenly, they both stare at the computer screen in total shock as she screams at the top of her lungs that the stream is actually trending. The manager's icon appears to inform them that the video is trending under the title "Princess Bullying" and starts discussing when his next appearance will be, leaving him completely baffled. A huge shout of anger comes from the house as she yells at him for being a stupid big brother. Oh, and if you liked the video, maybe think about liking it and subscribing, please.